For a long while now, I've been trying to estimate average prices for RVs. Used, new, discounted, one model year compared to another. You name it, I've probably done it. And I've come to the inescapable conclusion that
You can't.
prices are all over the place, and quite honestly, sometimes it seems like those prices are determined by random rolls of the dice. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason why one model of RV can be as low as 50 or 60 grand while the exact same model and year is selling for over 100 grand. Sure, there may be damage or other issues, but we're talking about double the price difference.
So I'm going to forget the used market. It's just too volatile and too many variables. I'm just going to look at current models, those from 2020 to 2021. These are listed on the National Automobile Dealers Association website. So I have a straightforward and consistent price for each model. I'm going to narrow down my search to only list prices, since they seem to be, straightforward and something I can use. Yeah, I know. Dealers give discounts right from the bat.
Get a new RV for as low as $561 a month.
And I'm sure you can wheel and deal and even get a lower price, but I can't estimate how much that might be. One person could easily be born a dealer and can get 25% off, while another, like me, would be lucky if they didn't raise the price after I tried to deal.
I also limited my search to Winnebago. Why, you may ask? Because they sell Class A's, Class B's, and Class C's, so it's a simple way to compare between types of RVs, but not have to worry about brand differences. I also just looked at what the NADA guides call the base price. This means no options are added. There are a lot of options for some models and none for others, so that's a variable I wanted to do away with. It muddies the water, so I thought it would be the best way to do this. So what follows are 2020 or 2021 Winnebagos with suggested list pricing and no options. With that in mind, let's see what we see. I looked at various models of Class A, B, and C's and listed prices and square feet. Yes, that may include mirrors or whatever, but I'm just getting an approximate cost per square foot.
This is not rocket science, it is only RV science.
I averaged the square feet for each class for ease of math, and what I found surprised me. Class C's are actually the cheapest per square foot.
No way.
But that isn't exactly the surprising part. What blew my little mind was Class A's are also cheaper per square foot than Class B's.
Mein Gott in Himmel!
That I did not expect. I mean, we're talking about a lot more space and even things like slide outs and huge water tanks and huge storage and multiple rooms. It's a big difference, and yet Class A's are cheaper per square foot.
You are crazy.
Class B's average over $1,100 per square foot, while Class A's are only in the 700s and Class C's in the 500s. To put it another way, Class B's cost over 1.5 times the cost of a Class A per square foot, and more than twice the Class C. You pay that for half the average square footage.
That is not possible.
Now, there are a lot of reasons why Class B's are so expensive. The manufacturing process is more complex, with automation for some builds, but hand builds for others. And of course, there's supply and demand. Class B's are very popular right now, so prices go up. So where does this leave us? Nowhere in particular. I mean, just look at price per square foot. And if that's all we look at, we should all be in a Class C or maybe a Class A if we want a house on wheels, but that doesn't happen, does it? Like I said, Class Bs are very popular right now. According to a report by the RV Industry Association, RVIA, when comparing 2019 to 2020 motorhome shipments, Type B vans are up over 62%, while Class Cs are down almost 20%. Not only that, Class As are down almost 30%.
I don't think so.
Now, before you think everyone is getting a Class B motorhome, that isn't necessarily the case, as overall, motorhome shipments over the same time are actually down over 15%. There aren't necessarily more motorhomes being sold. What is happening is more of a redistribution of what people are actually buying. And that's a Class B. So of course, you're going to get much higher prices for those same Class Bs and maybe even less wiggle room when you're trying to make a deal for a lower price. Again, where does this leave us? Nowhere in particular. It's just good to know where you stand before you go out and buy that RV dream machine you've been always wanting. You are going to pay a premium right now. I don't care what the dealer sales staff says. That's just reality.
Now's the time to buy.
One thing to note, the more expensive Class C Navion I looked at is still less than Class B Revel and Era, and other Class Cs are much lower than any of the Class Bs I looked at. Even the Class A Adventure is cheaper than the Class B Revel and Era models.
I don't think so.
Of course, there's more to RVs than just the price, but price is a consideration, and if price is the ultimate determiner of what you buy, and you don't want to pay the highest prices, then Class Bs are not for you. A Class C may be the motorhome in your future. Be seeing you.